Gavin Newsom's ex-wife is now the girlfriend of Donald Trump Jr.?
Yes, I believe that is correct.
So there is sort of this kind of wacky cross-pollination a little bit between the Trump and the Newsom universe. But Trump points out that while Gavin Newsom is running around talking about how awful Republicans are now, he was actually quite complimentary of Trump when he was in the office. And here is cut 6 when Trump says, hey, Gavin Newsom said I handled the pandemic well.
Well, you got along with Gavin Newsom?
I did. I really did. He was always very nice to me. He said the greatest things. He would say things like he's doing a great job. Oh, he was very
About
nice.
you?
About me. That's why I could never hit him, because he was so nice to me.
Okay, let's flash back and play that audio of Gavin Newsom. Also worth noting, Trump said that he believes Gavin Newsom is doing a really bad job in California. So it's not like Trump was praising Gavin Newsom, but Gavin Newsom did, and we've got cuts here. We got the evidence from back in March of 2020. Here is Gavin Newsom praising President Trump on how he was responding to COVID.
He said, we're going to do the right thing, and you have my support, all of our support, logistically and otherwise. So before he made those statements publicly, I had a private conversation with him around 4:30 West Coast time, and he said everything that I could have hoped for.
Can I tell you something, though? Because I was watching the daily press conferences by Cuomo, where he was talking about all the things. And the ventilators, we need more ventilators, right? We had Cuomo doing it. He also started out saying very nice things about Trump. Everybody was saying nice things about Trump in March of 2020 because they wanted to seem like they had a united front against the pandemic and they wanted as much federal assistance as possible. What matters is what do they start saying in April, in May, in June? I mean, they basically went back to saying that Trump was Hitler, not just in general, but on COVID. He was the Hitler of COVID. I mean, they went completely insane against Trump. So, yeah, it is true that Newsom said some nice things, but that would be like saying Andrew Cuomo said the greatest things about Trump one time for one purpose, and then completely went back on him and stabbed him in the back. It's just kind of amazing that, I don't know, he doesn't remember that, I guess. I don't know what to say.
Trump is right, by the way, on the fact that Joe Biden is not up to the job. And I think you're right, clearly, on the fact that Democrats don't care, and John Fetterman is the perfect example of that. But I do wonder, there have to be millions of people out there that simply see Joe Biden, and the more he's in public, the more gaffes there are, everything else. I don't know that they can avoid getting him on the road on a regular basis like they did in 2020 when they hit him in the basement. They could use COVID as an excuse then. What's the excuse now for Biden basically running and hiding?
There is no excuse. I mean, I also think that the prospect of a Trump-Biden debate would be just must-see TV on every level. I mean, obviously, you're talking about a presidential debate, but I think Trump really, look, he's always been a puncher, right? Trump is a fighter and has been before he was in politics, right? He's a guy he'll get into a scrap and he doesn't hold back. I think he really dislikes Biden now. I think it's more than it even was in the past. I think he takes it very personally. So this would be, it would be quite a Donnybrook, sir.
I think, and we should talk about this maybe later in the show. They officially announced Fox News and Rumble are going to host in August the first debate in Milwaukee between the Republicans. I think that thing on Fox News in August, and what's that, like 5 months from now? That thing's going to be wild.
Ronna McDaniel has already said that the RNC will put forward a loyalty pledge to support the eventual nominee. Everybody on that stage going to sign it? Anybody want to?
Well, and how, again, I come back to the same thing. How is it enforceable?
Well, it's not, but it's just a question of somebody's, does someone give their word to their own voters, to their own base, and then break that word?
But there's I just would say there's lots of things that could happen where you could say, well, when I agreed to that in August, I thought X, and then Y happened, and I can no longer be bound by that. My willingness to trust politicians is at an all-time low. So a politician saying they're going to do something and then changing their mind and like coming up with an excuse is basically what every politician does all day long, every day.